Alright guys, in this video we're going to be remounting the front tire. We got the old tire off and the new tire on. We're also going to be taking the rear tire off and mounting that new tire on it. The only reason I didn't do the front wheel on camera was because I honestly had some issues trying to take it off and I wanted to learn how to do it myself. It's a bit of a learning curve, especially with not the right tools. Also got the carburetor off, cleaned the best I could, rebuilt. The bowl had a little bit of gunk in it, not too much, so fuel lines are hooked back up and we'll probably attempt to start here in the next day or so. So here we go. First we're going to put the front tire back on, which means unfortunately I won't be able to record it because it is a two-handed job, but basically we have my brake cable. This is a holder for the throttle cable. But this slides in and then I have to pull it up and put the axle in, so I'll show you guys once it's on. A few hits with the dead blow and it should be in. I've messed with the wheel a few times already because obviously I had to take it off to transport it. It's not too hard. It's just got this little nut at the end. It has a spacer in here. I'm not gonna tighten that all the way because I'm sure I'll have to take it off again. And then it has the end of the axle, which, there we go. So now for the brake cable, you have to pull this down like this and slide it in. And that goes like that. We have to suck this tight with this bolt, so it's going to be a second of screwing. Once I get it on the threads, there we go. So this is the brake cable. Not a whole lot to it. The drum, the front of it actually comes right off. It's just held on by the friction from the axle. This is the front of the brake drum right here. And it's in pretty good shape for how old it is. Definitely needs to be repacked with a little bit of grease, but let's see if I can get this put back together here. Maybe not on camera because I need two hands, but this needs to be pulled down and go into here. So I'll be right back once that's done. All right, that is all set up. Now, speedo cable goes in there. We'll thread it up through here. Get slid in. Get slid in right there. Maybe. Here, let's see if I can set it up and get this. There, we're making some headway. Now I just gotta get this screw on. I have no idea if you guys can see it or not, but trying my best here. There. And now this throttle cable just threads on from there. Obviously it goes a lot tighter, but once again, every time I take the wheel off, it has to come out, and I don't want to make it too tight because then I have to take it back off. So, front wheel remounted, rim still looks pretty good. Now we have to tackle getting the rear rim off and going from there. So, the only reason that the rear rim is a little more difficult is this fact that it has obviously the chain, the sprocket. Other than that, same deal with the brake cable, which not too hard to take off. Then same type of axle system, but like I said, does have this chain. So first we're going to take, all right, so first we're going to take the chain, and it's actually already here. No, it's not. We are looking for, there's a certain link that comes out. We're looking for that link. And right here, you see it's got a little bit of a different build to it. Now we're gonna go get a tool to pop that out, and then we're also gonna soak this chain and try to clean it up a little. So I'll be right back. When in doubt, use a bunch of WD-40. I think that, it's hard to see, but this pin right here is supposed to come off. So I had to figure out if there's a way to take that off before I get this off. Lucky us, actually just push it right out. So that's what we're probably gonna end up doing. Get a punch and just knock it out like that. So, because these are so loose, so just give them a few good hits. Actually just taps right off. So now there's the front. I'm just gonna put them in my oil pan for right now until I find a better place to put them so I can clean them. There's my front, and there's the back. So now we can pull this chain out, surprisingly, for how old it is. It's not locked up or anything. But there's my chain. Definitely does need to be cleaned though. So now all we have to do, take this pin out, take the bolt off, take the axle out, and then we have the tire. Then we can change it. As you can tell, it's already off the bead, so won't have to worry about that. Do have to make sure it's true, but pretty sure it is. It didn't get ridden much, so. The more and more I dig into this bike, the more interesting it gets to me. So, you know, I'm going to take off where this should be a cotter pin, right? Nope, it is a piece of wire that they just threaded through and bent. It's crazy how resourceful people were and how they would just resort to anything, because I bet you if I crimped this, I could just knock it right through. But you know, this is my next step to getting the tire off, so yep. And the pin's out. Now we're gonna see. Yep, can't get it by hand. Let's see. 18. Nope. Well, it might be. Let's see if we get deep walled. Nope. Let's try 19. If not, we're gonna have to go. Oh, sweet. 19. So get a ratchet. Put it on. Loosen. I don't know how I feel about these ones with the buttons yet. Tricks me up every time, but let's see if we can break it here with one hand. If not, I might need to put the phone down. Break it that way. Yeah, we're gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna break it and then I'll be back. Got it broken. Get it all the way off here. Put it. I have a little organizer for all my different parts that I take off, just so I remember. So this is gonna be one for back tires. And if we come over here, I'm going to need to take this brake line off because that's the last thing that connects it. Actually never seen it assembly like that before. So let's see where the best place to take that would be. So it starts here. It runs, this rod runs up into here. That's just an adjuster. So it might be easier to take it off right here where I know what I'm getting into. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Looks like a 10, surprise, surprise. So I'll get 10mm and try to take that off. Alright, so surprising enough, it was a 10 first try. Let's see though, because not a whole lot of space to work here. I'm hitting that bolt and this bolt, so it's not the best socket by any means. Now that we're hand tight and loose, I just take it off like this. Now we gotta try to figure out how to get that brake line off. I mean, this looks a little dirty and rusty. Might take a little elbow grease. Now I think anyone who knows what they're doing is a little offended by this, but I took the chisel, got it in there, and got a few hits on it with the dead blow, and it's almost free. Does seem like there's a rubber gasket in there though that I'm gonna need to replace. Let's see if I can get back in there. Best angle. I don't know if there is a good one here. It's always what you expect wouldn't trip you up. The front brake came off so easy. Figured so with the rear, but no. So now we gotta try to figure out how to best get this off. I mean, it's loose, it just needs to pull straight back. Maybe, here, try. If I'm able to wedge that in there. Yep. Wedge this in the top, the split, because it's just a pressure closed point. Opens it up a bit, and might be able to pull it off. Alright, so brake is free. I gotta hit this axle out. Obviously, I doubt I'll be able to pull this. Oh, we are. I gotta put my foot down though, because I need two hands to successful. Just have to support one side, pull it up the other. And there's the axle. Darn, looks like there's another bolt to pull up first. Go from there. Looks like I have to pull this bolt off because it's still attached. There. I don't even know if you can see it. Smallest cotter pin I've ever seen in there. Just try to jiggle that out. I know once it comes out, it's probably not going back in. It's super thin. But, grab a pair of pliers. Once that comes out, all right, there we go. I gotta get that bolt off. I gotta save that. I'll end up buying a new one. What are the odds I kept that 10 mil close? Very low. Let me find it. Alright. Right over here. And with my luck, it's probably never gonna be 10. Yep, it's a 12. Or 14 maybe. You know, there's a lot of videos of people doing it out there with fancy rim locks and stuff, and that's fine if you do it every day, but if you're not, you don't need that stuff. I'm using the same chisel that I took my wheel off with, and some 20-year-old screwdrivers, and I'm breaking the bead just fine. So you don't always need the biggest and best tools to do the same as everyone else. Just like that, slowly but surely, you just keep prying it up. You stick the screwdriver in right here. Try to get, it's impossible to see, you get under the back of the tire and bring it over the rim. You just keep doing that. Completely on top of the rim. Actually gonna flip it over. This side on top of the rim as well. This part, you know, looks rusty, but it's actually solid. It's just a little coating on it, but I had to get this part of the rim, and that should just pop right off. So let's get at it. Now these tires are pretty difficult to get over. I'm starting to get it over, but because they're dry rotted, so it's really hard to get a good bite on them. But that's the reason why we're replacing them. Otherwise, a little wear. I mean, they haven't been rid much, but they're just dry rotted. Inner tubes are probably still fine, but got some new tubes too, because I figured there's no sense in chancing it. You know, if we're going 40, 50 miles an hour on 50-year-old inner tubes, it's not a good idea. So halfway there. All right, now that the bead's broken all the way around, we should be able to have a bit of a gap in the top. Let me see that. This, and should be able to pull this tire right off the top. And just like that, after a good wrestle, your tire is off your rim. Now all we have left is the valve stem, which, like I said, new tubes, so not too worried about. We just take the cap off, and then we have, it's like a sandwich bolt here. There's one on both sides. So we just take this top one off. Here's a better example. There's the back side of it, and this one sandwiches on top. Take that bolt off. And this tube slide right up. And your rim is free. All right, in the next one, we will put that rim and that tube on this tire. Thanks for watching.